Well, folks, here we are sitting inside my Milano. Not much of a Milano anymore, seeing as there's no interior, no steering column, no steering wheel, no dash, no HVAC system at all. Ugh. Now we're getting into the HVAC system. So the dash had to come out because the ABS and braking system had to be messed around with. Fair enough. Seat comes out to get all that stuff. Carpet has to be peeled up all in here to pretty much get the wiring harness for the ABS out because the ABS is in the trunk. Now here's the next few issues. Well, this is the intake cowl, I guess you could say, for the HVAC system. I've since ripped out, there's a little like water deflector piece that goes in here that was completely rotten, and so basically was letting leaves and water basically at will drain into the HVAC system, filling it with leaves and needles and dirt and water. And so yeah, and then there's rust here. Big surprise, right? More rust. So yeah, pull the dash out, pull the HVAC to have a quick look at it. Turns into a huge job now of, well, what do? I ripped out this piece, which we'll have a look at. I've taken all the heater core lines out, which I guess is good because they were all looking pretty crappy anyway. So yeah, let's have a look at the piece of cowl that I removed. So yeah, this is the cowl that lives underneath that windshield plastic piece. It basically deflects the rainwater, and it's kind of just like the intake duct. So yeah, completely rotten now, completely gone. That has to be fixed. And then we move on to this HVAC system of hell in the Milano. It's not exactly easy to get out, but it's not an entirely complicated system as far as HVAC systems in cars go. It's fairly simple, although it's put together seemingly by an idiot. I don't know why they didn't design this thing very well, but like the plastic that just makes this thing up is all just so flimsy and junky. It's all like bits and pieces of plastic, literally foam taped together to form this like half-assed like heater box assembly. Anyway, when I pulled the box apart, I mean, we have the cores here, so we have the evaporator core. Basically, I'm amazed that the HVAC system worked at all. What I saw when I pulled this box apart is basically everything from here to here. So there was, this part of the evaporator was open. Everything in here was completely filled with dirt and leaves to a point where no wonder when you have that blower fan on high, no wonder hardly any air came out. It was the wheeziest, most horrible HVAC system I've ever seen. It's like, oh, well, no wonder. The thing's completely full of junk. It's just a poor design how they allow the leaves and stuff to get in there. There was so much dirt in the HVAC that this is the heater core, real big, huge heater core. Even the heater core was full of junk on the core. So yeah, I'm gonna need to get some like core cleaner on there and like really get into there because it's just really dirty. And then I'm gonna have to like re-engineer this HVAC system a little bit because man, oh man, it's so junky how it's put together. Like we have like, there's just this foam tape everywhere on this thing. On every surface that like bolts to it, there's like this massive amounts of foam tape. There's so much foam tape that like this is what directs the heat to the floor, and it goes on this box here. Where does it go? So this is the front. This is what you're looking at. So this is the floor heat flap, and so this thing goes on here to direct the air to the floor through these little vents here. There was so much foam tape bolting this stuff together that it actually had blocked off like all the air passages to the floor, which is why the floor heat was always crappy. So yeah, I'm going to try to come up with a solution to make this HVAC just better in every single way that I possibly can. If I have to even, because in the Milano it's weird, you can't run the defrost, that's the defogger, the windshield defogger. You can't run the windshield defogger and the floor heat at the same time because of how the heating control is laid out. see the heating control here. So once you've moved it to windshield defrost, you have to move it all the way the other direction to get floor heat, which is a little bit of a flawed system. So I don't know. I'm going to have a look at how it's designed, see if I can improve a few things. I may do a variable speed control for the fan motor instead of just the standard 3-speed. I may actually put a variable control in. So, yeah, things have gotten a little out of hand on this Milano project, but hopefully an end is in sight.